Hi everyone, today I wanted to do a deep dive into a man known as Simeon Toko, also referred to as the Black Jesus. This man was spoken of about by David Wilcox. That's how he became known to me, was through David Wilcox, who mysteriously unalived himself on the 20th of April. He told a story about Simeon Toko, the Black Jesus, a Congolese spiritual leader born in 1918 in what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo, then under Belgian colonial rule. He's known as a prophetic figure and founder of the Kimbanguist-inspired movement, often tied to the idea of a Black Jesus due to his teachings and perceived messianic role among his followers. Toko claimed to have divine visions and preached a message of African spiritual liberation, resistance against colonial oppression, and return to indigenous faith blended with Christian elements. He was associated with the Tokoist Church, which viewed him as a reincarnated or divinely inspired figure, sometimes directly linked to Christ. There are stories more legendary than verified history that he was killed or tortured multiple times by colonial authorities and miraculously regenerated or survived, which fueled his mythic status. He was exiled to Angola, where he continued his ministry until his death in 1984. The regeneration tales around him are part of the oral tradition among his followers, symbolizing his divine protection or messianic power. And that's the baseline that we wanted to read about. My questions to the cards today is, who was this man? What did he come here to do? And was he Jesus returned or an avatar of Jesus? So I've already laid the spread. I'm using the Gallery of Hallucinations Oracle and the Deviant Moon Oracle and the Echoes of the Unsolved. So who was Simeon Toko really? And the card that I got is Secrets, clarified by Bug Device. The Four of Cups, the Star, and the Temperance card. So first up, we got Secrets. I'm seeing this White House. The two women sharing a secret. There's something maybe hidden inside the house. It's like they're whispering something nobody can hear. So this feels like Simeon Toko was a man shrouded in mystery. Someone who held knowledge or a truth that wasn't for everyone. Maybe only a trusted few. It's clarified by Bug Device. A man in a hoodie waving like he knows he's being watched. So this is telling me that there's a sense of surveillance or distortion around who this man was. Maybe the stories about him got twisted by those watching, colonial powers, whoever, or maybe he himself played into the mystery to protect his truth. The Four of Cups, the Star, the Temperance. This is someone bored, not seeing the offer right in front of them, maybe rejecting it. This is the Star of Hope, divine light and guidance after darkness. And this is Temperance. This is balance, patience, blending opposites, harmony. So what I'm getting from these cards is Simeon was misunderstood by many. People didn't see his true value or his mission, and he was rejected. At his core, he carried a healing light, a divine inspiration for others, a calling to harmonize clashing forces like African spirituality and colonial Christianity. I say leave it in the bin and just, anyway. Who was he really? He was a carrier of sacred hidden wisdom, not fully grasped in his time, but he was deeply powerful. And he was kept a secret, they kept it as quiet as they could. What did this man come here to do? And I got be gone and vault access. Picture of a woman, right? She's got her arms outstretched. She's casting out two demons, one red, one white, while a dark castle looms behind her. I feel like Simeon's purpose was to drive out corruption and darkness, spiritual and literal. He came to expel forces that didn't belong. And the vault, maybe this was his mission, not only to cast out, but to unlock something sacred for his people, like accessing a protected spiritual wealth that had been locked away. So he wanted to bring us access to this power, to this knowledge, and to cast out oppressive energies. It's clarified by the King of Swords reversed, the 8 of Coins, and the 7 of Coins. So the King of Swords reversed is misused authority or rigid thinking. The 8 of Coins is craftsmanship and dedication to work. The 7 of Coins is delayed reward. So I feel like Simeon came to challenge false authorities, King of Swords reversed, and build something lasting through steady effort, even if the results take a long time. So his purpose was to banish oppression, and to unlock spiritual liberation for his people. And the final question I asked the cards is, was he Jesus or an avatar of Jesus? Now this is a strange card. We got stranger. Look at that. It just makes me think something extraterrestrial, out of this world. Kind of scary, a little. So was he Jesus or an avatar of Jesus? And we got a stranger and low vibration. So I feel like this card stranger, a weird mantis-like being, mantis-headed being in a cape near an elevator door with a clock on it with no hands, and a woman there trying to guide him to the door. I feel like Simeon was definitely an outsider or an enigma, not fitting any normal mold. I feel like he carried out otherworldly energy. I don't think he was Jesus. More like a visitor from another realm or a timeline with a mission. It's clarified by this low vibration card. Red demon hands clawing upward. That's throwing me. It could mean people projected fear or darkness onto him, right? Because this is kind of scary, even though the intention is to help. I feel like people saw Simeon as a threat, not as a savior. Could be that he faced a lot of opposition, and he did. Apparently he did. Low vibe forces that tried to drag him down or keep him from fulfilling his purpose. This is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Emperor reversed. So the Nine of Coins is about abundance and standing in your wealth, your independence. The Knight of Coins is steady, grounded progress, and the Emperor could represent structure crumbling when he's reversed and authority defied. I feel like Simeon wasn't Jesus, but he carried a Christ-like energy of service and abundance for others. And he was determined and had an earthly mission, but it was challenged by oppressive systems, this Emperor reverse. So I'm not sure if he was an avatar either, but he's definitely a channel of some kind of divine rebel energy, a unique vessel he was. So I also asked, there are many stories that he was murdered, unalived many times in many different horrible, torturous ways, and he regenerated. I don't believe that, but I asked the cards, well, did that happen? So I feel like with secrets and the bug device, there is something hidden and distorted in the narrative around this man. And I do feel like the tales around him are exaggerated. He survived intense opposition and persecution. I feel like he had to endure a lot of hardship, but he emerged stronger as a result. I don't feel like those stories are true. I'm not really seeing in the cards that he was I'm not seeing that he was a fraud or anything. He definitely had healing powers. The Star and the Temperance card came out together. He was dedicated to his craft and to his mission. And he wanted to benefit and bring independence to the Black people. So that's what I get. I feel like he was a unique channel. But the regeneration tales, I don't believe those are true. I think those are just symbolic of his power and his resilience. So anyway, that's what I have for Simeon Toko. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, found it insightful and interesting. Hopefully at least interesting. Make sure you leave the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you in advance for all those who have subscribed. I appreciate you with all my heart. And thank you for all your support. All right, if you'd like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. Take care and be blessed. Bye.